Welcome back, everybody. Today we got another Kevin Samuels classic. And trust me, this one goes left fast.
Miss
Hi.
Miss Suggs.
Can you see me?
Yes, I can.
Okay, I can see you now. Okay.
Who is this?
Hi. How are you doing, Kevin?
I'm good. How old are you?
I am 26.
26. What dress?
Yes, sir.
What dress size do you wear?
I think I'm a 2. I'm just small all over.
Weren't you? Didn't you call in the other day?
Yes, I did. Yes, sir.
And what did you get? And what ranking did you give yourself?
I think I said I was an 8, and then I think you disagreed.
Yeah. And what did I tell you?
You just start giving me the whole rundown about Beyonce.
Okay. So what makes you think? So 8, 9, and 10.
Yes, sir.
What do you think? If I said Beyonce is an 8, Kelly Rowland's a 9, and you think you're up there with Beyonce?
Natural Beyonce, yes. Glammed up Beyonce, no.
Okay. Well, no. No.
No?
No. Is that your natural hair?
Yes, sir, it is.
Okay.
I've been natural for 4, going on 5 years.
Okay. I mean, would you kind of move around? You mind smiling just a little bit? Like smile like a teethy smile, like hi. Put your teeth out
I don't
there.
have the best teeth.
Huh?
I don't have the best teeth, no.
But that all counts. You got to smile so I can see your teeth.
Can you see?
Not really. Okay. There we go.
Okay.
I would give you a 5.
Okay.
You would be right about normal, average. And it concerns me when I hear women who rank themselves. Having confidence is good. Thinking you're incredible is good. But, I mean, when you rank yourself, even after consideration, and after seeing, when you rank yourself so high, it gives cause for pause. You know why?
No.
Okay. If either you think my scale is off or you really put a picture of Beyonce and yourself up next to each other and you say, yeah, Jay-Z, I could be Miss Jay-Z.
As far as the face go, yes.
As far as the face?
Mm-hmm. She got me beating the body department.
She has you, okay. I'm trying to be tactful. But are you being serious?
Yes, sir, I am.
All right. Well, no, that's not realistic, ma'am. Beyonce is arguably an attractive woman. You're normal looking. You're not. When you walk by people, do guys stop and say, "Damn, she's fine"?
Yes, sir.
Where?
You know where I'm from.
No, I really don't. I don't.
I'm from Cleveland.
Okay.
But I've lived in other states.
Okay, so if you lived in New York City, you think people will walk down the street and say, "Dang, she's fine"? I mean, she's Beyonce fine.
No, they'd probably say she's beautiful.
Okay. Again, I get it, having confidence, but I push this point because if that's where you really rank yourself, man, it's going to be hard for you to deal with people, with men, because you're going to expect men to put you up there as well. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So, let me stay here. Have you ever dated a really well-off guy, a financially successful guy?
I mean, I don't know too many in my city personally, so I would have to say no.
Okay. But in Cleveland, it is an NFL and an NBA city.
That don't mean they live here.
Okay. There's no need to be defensive. Cleveland has industry. And what I'm trying to get you to do, okay. Let me just go ahead and say, ma'am, you're really ranking yourself too high. And you can rank yourself as highly as you want, but I can't imagine any of my colleagues ranking you as high as you. I mean, you're giving yourself fully 3 points more. That's almost 50% over your S&V. So that means you're on the level of a woman who would almost be expected to be able to find a man where she could be a stay-at-home wife and she would never have to work and she could just have children.
Yeah.
No, absolutely not. 72% of 72% of mothers in this country have to work, either full or part-time. Your look, ma'am, you'd be fortunate to find a husband. So
is this?
So
I'm sorry.
So and the reason I'm staying here is because, unfortunately, far too many of our sisters overvalue themselves, their looks. You even had a professional matchmaker, Rebecca Lynn Pope, stop working with black women and made a 1 million view video discussing this very problem. So I'm not just talking about you. I'm talking about this is a phenomenon with black women to where even after several days and saying, okay, well, Beyonce's an 8, and you're sitting here saying that, yeah, face to face, me and Beyonce, yeah. And I'm like, well, no. So it's what are you seeing that makes you think you and her are on the same level? Okay. What about Kelly Rowland? Where would you put yourself relative to her?
Probably be a point down.
Okay. Megan Good.
I consider her a perfect 10, so.
She's not a 10, but okay. Who are some other 8s? Black women who are 8s in popular music or entertainment?
Eight? No.
What about the R&B singer Fantasia?
Oh, she's pretty.
What would you rank her?
Are we doing natural or are we doing the glammed? Because I consider those two different rankings.
I've always said natural. And all we can do is approximate natural. I've seen these people natural. So
I don't think I.
Okay, but even if
know too many.
Okay. Is there a market difference with Is there a market difference with your look when you're glammed up?
Yeah.
Okay, how many points does that give
you? Almost probably 2 points.
So you're a perfect 10 when you're glammed.
No, people don't. Well, yeah, probably.
Well, no, ma'am. This is your math. You're an 8 right now.
Yeah.
And according to you, because you brought glam into it. So I'm going with listen. Okay. I'm going with what you're saying. I'm focused directly on you. And I asked about Fantasia and all these other people, and you said, well, we talking about this or we talking about glam. And I said, well, no, this normal. I've seen them unglammed. You haven't. I said, all right. So if you were glammed up, I'm trying to understand what your glam look will look like next to Fantasia. And you said glam gives you almost 2 whole points. That makes you almost a 10.
Yep.
Ma'am. So what you're saying is you are no. Where have you seen these kind of results with men in your life? With men of means? Men that actually have the kind of income, status, resources to be able to effectively secure a woman who's a 10. Where have you seen men like that approach you in a serious way?
I don't know any personally.
But see, that's the problem, man. You're in Cleveland. They exist. And if you were what you say you are, they would find you because you've been glammed somewhere. And even if you're what you think you are, your unglam status would still have you high enough in Cleveland to where somebody would see you and snatch you off the market. What I'm trying to give you is logic that you're not as attractive as you think you are.
Well, I just want a guy who owns like 5 businesses, so
The way
I
now?
wouldn't really consider it unattractive.
I didn't hear what you say.
I said I just went on a date today with a guy who owns 5 businesses, so I wouldn't consider that unattractive.
Okay. All right. I don't.
And then we
I don't
also
know.
because
Well, go ahead. I don't know what that was supposed to signify.
because you said high value, right?
Yeah, but I don't know.
I didn't
You
want
says he
to
owns
tell you
5.
that.
Okay, ma'am. I don't know. He owns 5 businesses. Have you seen his? Does he own 5 brick and mortar businesses?
Yeah, I actually seen 2 today.
Oh, okay. And you went on a date for what?
Because he wanted to go out with me.
All right. Let me get on to the next people. Is he talking? All right. I'll play the game with you. How'd you meet him?
Actually, I was just going for a walk.
Right. And but you want to get married.
Mhm.
And how old is the guy?
He is 37.
37. Has he been married before?
Yes, he has.
Any children?
Nope.
Is he marriage minded?
Yes.
You know this how?
I asked him.
And so he's dating. So you guys are dating towards possibly seeing if you guys can get married.
Well, it's only 1 date, so I wouldn't.
Well, I would, because you threw it out there as though, again, I said, what high value men have approached you in a serious way? See, when I said a serious way, that means for more than just casual stuff. So when you put it out there that I went out with a guy that owns 5 businesses, that's fine. But what way is in which is he approaching you? See, I'm just testing what it is you say. And every time I do this, man, you continue to overvalue yourself, and that's fine. But and the sad thing about it is I'm trying to be as professional and as tactful as possible. But, when this is this subjective, here's the net of it. If you're what you're honestly saying, that if you had a room full of successful men, highly successful men, okay, what you basically told us tonight is if you had 1,000 Henrys, okay, 1,000 of them verified, you could see their stocks, their proposals, everything else of 1,000, and they had you or Beyonce in a room. You're saying that they would pick you they would pick you or Beyonce at the same rate.
They probably wouldn't pick Beyonce out because she's married.
Now you're being a damn fool. See, and that's why I know you know what I'm saying.
I'm just trying to lighten the mood. That's all.
No. Now I know you know what I'm saying is true. Now your ego's involved.
No.
Yeah, you are, and that's fine. No, now we know your ego's involved. So let's just go ahead and go there. No, don't do that, Kevin. No. You have a good evening, man, and best of luck. Get a therapist. Woo!
That was pathetic.
Who else thought this when you saw her? Jimmy the Cricket. Are you kidding me? Beyonce then hit the wall face first. God damn. Damn. Are you serious?
Kevin Samuels challenges 28-year-old woman who wants to be ranked gentleman. This conversation starts with a 28-year-old woman who says something interesting about Kevin's style. She says she doesn't think Kevin is insulting black women. Instead, she believes women sometimes need to be challenged directly rather than constantly sugar-coated. And honestly, that sets the tone for what happens next. Kevin doesn't waste time. He asks her age. She's 28. Then he starts asking the questions 28. Then he starts asking the questions his audience already knows. How do you rank yourself? She gives herself an 8. Then he gets into the physical details: height, dress size, and weight. And here's where the important lesson begins. A lot of people hear conversations like this and immediately focus on whether somebody deserves a particular number. But the bigger question is, why do you need somebody else to validate your value in the first place? If you're entering the dating market, knowing how you present yourself matters. Appearance matters. Age matters. Lifestyle matters. But a number from a stranger shouldn't become your entire identity. And this is where Kevin's approach can be useful. Even when you don't agree with every conclusion he makes, he's forcing people to confront the difference between how they see themselves and how the dating market might perceive them. That's uncomfortable. But if you're genuinely trying to improve your dating prospects, you need some form of honest feedback. And gentlemen, that applies to us too. A man shouldn't assume that because he makes money, he's automatically desirable. A woman shouldn't assume that because she considers herself attractive, every man she wants will agree. The market doesn't owe anybody validation. But here's the part people often miss. A ranking isn't destiny. If somebody says you're a 6, 7, or 8, that's simply one person's assessment at one moment. What matters is whether you're improving the things you can control: your health, presentation, communication, character, career, social skills, and relationship judgment. So the real takeaway from this clip isn't Kevin gave another woman a number. It's, are you actually willing to hear feedback about yourself without getting defensive? Because if you're asking for the truth, you have to be prepared for an answer you don't like. And if you genuinely want better results, the goal isn't to win an argument about your rating. The goal is to become better than you were yesterday.